Being calm the whole time. So what I will say is find out what you have to do to prepare yourself to be calm. Like when people get reactions out of you, when people get reactions out of you for everything, they know if they do something that you gonna react or you gonna respond, they're gonna keep doing things and keep doing things because they know you're gonna give them what they want. They know you're gonna respond.
What if one woman's ultimate refusal to be dominated was the reason behind the demise of a popular reality program, rather than poor ratings or cliched plots? What if Love and Marriage Huntsville's demise was caused by covert actions, subtly revealed betrayals, and a single voice that would not be silenced any longer?
That you're trying to grow, if you're saying, oh, I'm trying to be so much better, if you're saying, oh, I'm wanting to get in a better place and have peace, do that.
Fans devotedly watched the show for years, thinking they were witnessing genuine friendships, genuine love, and genuine business dealings. However, something darker was developing beneath those dazzling sequences and dramatic confessionals. Tension that was never captured on video in its entirety. The enthusiasm backstage was not reflected in the smiles. Melody, who many people think carried the show's heart on her back, was at the core of it all. She didn't say anything for a while. She fulfilled her part. She withstood pressure, criticism, and public anguish. However, Melody is now at last exposing the person who ruined the performance. Furthermore, the reality is messier than anyone anticipated.
Wrap for Melody Cherie Rogers on Love and Marriage Huntsville. She's officially announced that she will not be returning to the reality TV series. Look, there have been a lot of signs that Melody was done with OWN, that she was done with Carlos, because she unfollowed him. She's said some things on social media, and most recently, she revealed some things about her issues with the show and how it's being produced. And someone, a producer, on her show basically wanted to be her TV manager, and when she said no, she felt as if there was retaliation.
This was not a single bad decision. It was a gradual disintegration driven by control, jealousy, and power. And then you hear how everything transpired. You won't ever view the show in the same manner.
What's going on? I got too much I'm doing. I can talk to you and give you some advice, but you gotta want to do it. I can't spend a whole lot of time talking if you ain't trying to grow. If you ain't trying to grow, you ain't trying to evolve, I can't even spend a whole lot of time talking to you. And you do opposite of what I say, or you ain't listening, and that's just, I've had that situation multiple times in life. And it's like the person has to want to grow and be better and do better. And my hope, what I want for all of us, is I want all of us to grow. Every day is a day and an opportunity for us to grow.
You must start at the beginning, before the cracks appeared, in order to comprehend how everything came apart. When Love and Marriage Huntsville debuted, it wasn't just another reality show. Something was different. It was based on community, marriage, Black excellence, and ambition. Melody was noticeable right away. She was more than a member of the cast. She had an impact. She conveyed strength, vulnerability, and emotion in a genuine way. Her life was not merely observed by viewers, they sensed it. Her duty as a mother, her business aspirations, and her marital difficulties.
Every little thing ain't gonna slide, no, but I'm a whole lot better than what I used to be. Because if any of y'all been following me since day one,
all of it unfolded in front of millions of viewers. And while that level of exposure can create fame, it also comes with a heavy price. Over time, Melody found herself living through a public breakup so painful that most people would never recover from it emotionally. Her heartbreak became entertainment. Her healing turned into a storyline. Every decision she made was analyzed, judged, clipped, and replayed across the internet. Yet, she kept showing up. She carried scenes, she held the narrative together, she pushed storylines forward even on days when it hurt the most. That resilience is exactly what made her such a cornerstone of the show. But what viewers never saw was the pressure quietly building behind the scenes. As the show gained popularity, egos grew alongside it. Contracts became more complex, control over storylines turned into constant power struggles, and Melody, who once felt supported, began to feel trapped. She wasn't simply living her life anymore, she was being molded to fit a version of reality that didn't always align with her truth. As seasons passed, something shifted. The energy changed. Relationships felt tense in ways that went far beyond typical reality TV drama. Melody started noticing patterns, how certain scenes were edited, how some cast members were shielded while others were left exposed. Her voice felt smaller, while others were given space to rewrite history in their favor. That's when the real tension began. Melody wasn't afraid to speak up, but speaking up came at a cost. Producers didn't welcome her pushback. Some cast members viewed her boundaries as a threat, and instead of addressing the problems openly, the environment grew colder. Important conversations happened off-camera and never aired. Decisions were made without her input. Slowly, she began to feel like the very show she helped build was being used against her. Still, she stayed. She tried to make it work. She believed in the bigger picture, but the emotional toll was becoming unbearable. Then came the moments fans still talk about. Awkward scenes, forced conversations, alliances that didn't quite make sense. What viewers didn't realize at the time was that these weren't creative choices. They were warning signs of something breaking internally. Melody later hinted at constant battles over how she was portrayed. She wanted honesty. Others wanted drama at any cost. She wanted growth. The system thrived on chaos. And the moment she refused to play along, everything changed. Contracts grew tense. Expectations shifted. Suddenly, Melody wasn't treated as the backbone of the show anymore. She was treated as a problem. That's when the quiet push began. No dramatic firing, no explosive argument, just a slow withdrawal of support. Less protection, more pressure, and an unspoken message: fall in line or be replaced. But here's what no one expected. Melody refused to lose herself for a paycheck. While others sacrificed dignity for screen time, she chose something different. Behind the scenes, she pulled back emotionally. She stopped overextending. She stopped explaining herself to people who had already made up their minds. And when the chance to step away came, she took it publicly. It was framed as a personal decision: healing, growth, peace. And while all of that was true, it wasn't the full story. Walking away wasn't just about rest, it was about survival. Melody later revealed that the environment had become toxic, not just stressful, but damaging. She felt manipulated, undermined, and pushed into spaces she never belonged in. And when she refused to be controlled, the consequences were clear. Once Melody stepped away, the impact was immediate. The show lost its center. Viewers felt it instantly. The energy was off. Storylines felt shallow. Conversations sounded recycled. Social media engagement dropped. Loyal fans stopped tuning in. And the harder producers tried to fix it, the worse it became. New faces were introduced, but the connections felt forced. Drama was stirred, but it lacked meaning. It was noise without substance. Behind the scenes, tension exploded. Original cast members felt sidelined. New ones felt overwhelmed. Arguments over screen time and relevance became constant. Trust disappeared completely, and it all traced back to one moment. The moment the show lost the person who grounded it. That's when Melody finally spoke. Not with anger, not with chaos, but with carefully chosen words that carried weight. She made it clear the show didn't fall apart because of ratings. It fell apart because of decisions. Decisions made by people who valued control over authenticity. She spoke subtly about betrayal, about fake alliances, about backroom choices that prioritized drama over truth. She didn't need to name names, the patterns told the story. According to Melody, the downfall began when certain people tried to silence her voice while still benefiting from her presence. When she refused, they underestimated how much the show depended on her energy. They believed she was replaceable. They were wrong. The emotional cost was devastating. Melody didn't just lose a platform, she lost trust. She lost friendships she believed were genuine. People she once supported privately turned against her publicly. Relationships collapsed once the cameras stopped rolling. Through it all, she had to protect her children, her mental health, and her future. The betrayal hurt most because it didn't come from strangers. It came from people she worked with, laughed with, and believed in. Watching something you helped build fall apart is painful. Being blamed for refusing to be mistreated is even worse. But Melody stood her ground. She chose peace over chaos, and that decision changed everything. What truly shook fans was realizing how much had been hidden. Looking back, the strange edits, sudden shifts, and unresolved tension finally made sense. Melody's silence wasn't weakness, it was strategy. She knew speaking too soon would only fuel the machine, so she waited, and when she finally spoke, the truth hit harder because of it. She revealed the show didn't die because she left, it was already broken. Her departure simply exposed the cracks. Without her holding it together, everything collapsed under the weight of ego and poor leadership. And here's the part that can't be ignored. Melody doesn't need the show anymore. Since stepping away, she's rebuilding on her own terms. New projects, new goals, full creative control. Rumors are circulating that she's developing something bigger, something where her voice can't be edited or silenced. Fans are watching closely. Some want her back on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Others believe that chapter is closed forever. Either way, the message is clear. Melody chose herself, and that choice exposed everything. As the dust settles, opinions remain divided. Some blame producers, others blame cast members who played both sides. Some even blame the reality TV system itself. But Melody's truth ties it all together. The show wasn't destroyed by one person. It was undone by a culture that valued control over respect. A culture that forgot who brought the heart in the first place. And once that heart walked away, nothing could replace it. So the final question remains, was the show ever meant to survive without her, or was it always living on borrowed time? Melody's legacy is undeniable. She didn't just entertain, she told her truth, even when it cost her. In an industry that rewards silence and obedience, she did the unthinkable. She walked away, and she told the truth anyway. Because real power isn't about staying on screen the longest, it's about knowing when to leave. And Melody didn't just expose what broke the show, she proved she was never the problem to begin with.